What the fuck? What the fuck? Everything I've been telling you guys, right here. Listen up, close.
Legal argument for killing American citizens overseas without a trial. But what about targeting people on U.S. soil? Can they now kill American citizens inside the country? The head of the FBI, when asked about that on Capitol Hill yesterday, stumbled around on this.
Does that only apply to U.S. citizen that's overseas, or does that apply to U.S. citizen that's here?
I'd have to go back. I'm not certain whether that was addressed or not.
So that we have clarity here, he is not certain whether it was addressed, whether our government can kill our own people inside our own country. This really needs to be addressed. We can't just answer this question. No, the government doesn't kill our own people. We have a process for this. It's called the justice system. You file charges, you lock them up, you try them before a jury of their peers, and then that's how they don't kill our own people.
It was on a Sunday and no.
Did you hear that? Fox News? Guys, wake the fuck up. Don't you know who works for the people? Fox News. CNN works against the people. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. I don't know how many times I could say that. Can you say that 3 times fast without fucking it up? I can't.
One was around, with the exception of this one pickup truck that was coming out the narrow road that we were going in on next to this field. We flagged down the pickup truck, and it was providential that the driver of this pickup truck turned out to be the son of the man that owned this field. So naturally, we started asking him questions. And he told us that not long ago, there had been as many as 500,000 of these grave liners or disposable coffins. We asked him for permission if we could look around, and he said yes. So we did.
Judge, the question is, can they kill our own citizens inside our own country? This is a question we have to ask.
It's not a question that we should have to ask, and it's not a question that he should have evaded answering. I think he probably knows that the answer is no, but he doesn't want to frustrate his bosses who articulated just 2 days earlier that the answer is yes, because at his speech on Tuesday at Northwestern University Law School, the Attorney General of the United States manifested extraordinary ignorance of the Constitution of the United States and suggested the president can kill anybody he wants outside the United States if that person is dangerous, if that person has committed crimes, and if it's impractical to arrest that person. Not in the opinion of a jury, but in the opinion of the president and some secret advisors. The Constitution...
Let me say something. Remember President Obama signed an executive order not too far back? I actually made a video on it where it gives him the sweeping powers to target and kill Americans on the USA soil with drone strikes. They can now use drones to kill Americans on American soil. Go back and look it up. Look up the fact that he signed an executive order for using drones to strike down U.S. citizens on United States soil. If you don't believe me, I provide proof. I don't sit here and speculate. I don't have no time to speculate. Because God said, do not misguide his people. Because if I misguide you and I tell you something wrong and you kill yourself because of it, I'm held responsible for that. I can never be forgiven because you're already dead. So therefore I'm hell bound. So let's get the truth and the facts straight, guys. You're being told to your face.
It says to the contrary. The Constitution says if the government wants your life or your liberty or your property, it has to articulate to a jury what law you have violated and prove it.
Bullshit, because if you look at your birth certificate, it says this is a certificate of bond, which means you're in the stock market. We're born into collateral, which means they already own us. They're just leading up to telling us that, which means if they want, they can give you to China and say, all right, here, we're going to give you 50 million Americans to pay off our debt. Because what you're worth is on Fidelis. If you type up the numbers, the red numbers that are on your birth certificate, and I proved it already with a video. So continue to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'll continue to prove you wrong and make videos with your name on them. I will do a screen capture of your comment, your name, what you look like on your profile picture, and I will make sure, for beyond the reason of a doubt, that other YouTube channels will block you from them before you can get there. And believe me, if you don't trust the words I'm telling you now, I'm telling you, you will not be able to watch anything. And I mean anything but a music video and a fucking movie. You understand? You'll have to get your information from that. God told you already. He told you with the virgin statement. And when the 5 virgins tried to come in, he says, I can't let you in, for I do not know you. You did not listen to what I told you. You're not listening to what I told you. This only applies to the people who come on to my stupid channel. I'm going to call it a stupid channel because that's what I feel it is. I feel it's a stupid-ass channel on YouTube because it's going to be deleted anyway. It's only a matter of time. So it's a stupid channel. But it's the smartest thing we did to reach out to people now. But I do have a Facebook Global News. It's called All World News here. And I provide in my videos pictures of what my Facebook looks like and what my news channel looks like. So, with that being said, let's continue.
Case beyond a reasonable doubt to that jury. It's called due process.
That guy's a liar.
Without due process, the government could take anything it wanted and kill anybody it wanted. And
Remember this, martial law has never been taken out of effect. Abraham Lincoln is the one that put it into effect, and he died before he could remove it. So, and then they covered it up and hid it, and then throughout the years, everybody just forgot about it, and they accepted the fact that you're not informed anymore. I'm telling you, if you look it up, Abraham Lincoln putting in martial law, you'll find out that he did. And then you'll find out that he never took it away. So martial law has always been in effect. They just haven't utilized it yet. This due process bullshit that guy is spewing to you is a fucking fabricated lie.
Attorney General Holder ought to know that. I suggest that Bob Mueller does. And the reason he evaded that answer is because he wants to keep his job.
We're just getting an idea for the size of these boxes. What could these boxes be used for? Well, they're called casket liners. And that's an interesting term, isn't it? The casket liner. When I first heard the term casket,
Oh, they're talking about the coffins.
I thought perhaps
You better get ready, because they've been stocking up for 7
or a casket.
years. Well, 6.5 years.
But this
Alright, the animal die-offs have been only going on massive levels for 6.5 years, 6 3/4 years. By September and October will be the end of the 7-year tribulation. We've been going through tribulation for 6 3/4 years, guys. And it's been right in front of your face the whole time. But these things take time to happen. God told you, 7 years. So in 7 years, you guys are sitting back, not thinking anything of it. Well, maybe you'll think twice now.
is too big to be on the inside of the casket.
Because it's almost time.
So
Remember, I gave you the timeline in my video. It's called I Found the Timeline.
and you can see the size here. There's lots of room. I think my friends here, we could all probably get inside. It might be a little cozy, but we fit just fine.
I heard what Eric Holder said. He said there is due process, but there is not due juris something or other.
judicial process.
Not judicial process.
What the Attorney General said, let me make his argument. His argument is that there is a substituted form.
Why does he got to make his argument? If the guy's right, he's right. There shouldn't be no more talk. They should be backing it up with proof, documentations. They're not. They're backing it up with words. So now they're entering a verbal contract. But that's not good enough because contracts have been signed in black and white. So verbal is nothing here. So these people that are speaking on their behalf, saying this lie, are going to be held accountable for that.
Quick, take a selfie.
You say just quick, take us out?
Due process. that if the president and
I'm not
his
sure I didn't hear
advisors carefully consider the danger of a human being and conclude that that human being needs to be stopped before that person causes any more danger, then the president can kill him. That's their argument. There is no case law that stands for that. There is no statute that authorizes it, and it directly defies the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Which tells me that these liners can be used for more than just one. And one more time, what kind of liners are these?
Casket liners.
They're casket liners. That's what the man said. That's what the man told us. And we're told that there were about 500,000 out here.
Later, that sounds like a crime against humanity. What's the difference between that and what Bashar al-Assad is doing to his own people? What is the difference?
Nothing. What's the difference between killing somebody in America with a drone in Yemen and killing somebody in America with a
He just said nothing. Nothing.
drone in Peoria? Nothing.
Right.
Same argument that Eric Holder made at the Northwestern Law School on Tuesday about al-Awlaki in Yemen could be made about somebody in Peoria tomorrow.
You make an illegal lane change in Hollywood on the 101 freeway, and a drone will just shoot you out of the sky and throw you, bury you.
Well, I don't know that it's going to...
I don't know either, but who'd have thought we'd ever get to hear?
Who would have thought that we'd even be having a conversation like this, that the head of the FBI would hesitate?
Whoever thought we'd be having a conversation like this? The American people knew.
To answer a question that is so imbued in our history and our law and our values. Due process precedes punishment, that he can't answer that in public.
But he says due process precedes punishment, but martial law precedes all.
And we're worried about contraception.
Correct.
Remember what I said, it's never been taken out of effect. So they can lie to your face all they want. You believe that crap, you go ahead.
Correct. We do not have our priorities straight. The last time the federal government claimed that it could kill Americans was in the Civil War. And even Lincoln said it could only be done during combat. This federal government, this administration says it can kill Americans when they're riding with their children in a car in a desert.
I don't know, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The following video details
Hey guys, I just had a chipmunk come right up to my foot. I wish I could have recorded that. And then he ran off. Fucking odd. Fucking odd that these things are happening right now. A squirrel, first it's a squirrel in my house that I took care of, and then a chipmunk comes up to my foot and then runs off. Like as if it's agreeing. I see these as signs of God, people.
contents of Army Document FM 3-39.40 titled Internment and Resettlement Operations. This document has been signed by Joyce E. Morrow, which is the Administrator Assistant of the U.S. Army. This document is 325 pages long and starts on page 38, showing that it applies to U.S. citizens within U.S. territory. On page 38, it clearly states
Here's your proof.
the detainment of citizens of the United States.
So all of you that have not watched the full video, that have commented before you were supposed to comment and say, oh, that they can't do that. There's no proof of that. Well, here's your fucking proof. I hope you watch this whole video, because if you comment something stupid before it's time, I'm going to so smash you with a new video with your name on it. Enjoy.
Of America within the territory and according to the categories of individuals, primarily DCs, to be housed in IR facilities. On page 146 of this document, it addresses the detainment of U.S. citizens under the Identification of Prisoners section. It states that the first, last name, and middle initial must be put on the first line, and that the prisoner's social security number must also be taken. Prisoners are giving a registration number.
Oh, I love commercials that cut them off.
Dad, she said yes.
2 profile pictures are taken from the front, and fingerprints are taken according to AR 190-47. Included in these operations are organizations such as the Department of Defense, Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, and the United Nations. On page 56, it states the duties of the Psychological Operations Officer, which identifies trained agitators and political leaders within the facility who may try to organize resistance or create disturbances, to develop and execute indoctrination programs to reduce or remove antagonistic attitudes, identifies political activists. On page 281, it goes into even more detail on how these PSYOPs are used to pacify the population and to ensure cooperation. Now on page 238, it gets into the conditions for the use of deadly force in the camps.
Go get drunk.
And some of the justifications.
Go get drunk, guys. Just go get drunk. Go wash away your life. Go kill yourselves with alcohol, poisons that the government's been pushing. Why do you think they're legalizing marijuana? Because they want to dumb you down. And they figured that's the only way to do it.
For the lethal force include to terminate an active escape attempt. Now that right there should show you that this isn't no peaceful, loving camp that they're sending you to rehabilitate and to get well. If you try to escape, they will use deadly force to terminate you, is how they put it. On page 244, it calls for the use of snipers during riots to, quote, scan the crowds for agitators and political riot leaders and fire lethal rounds if warranted. So they're used to scan these crowds, and if they think that you are a leader causing these riots in this crowd or agitating it, they can kill you. Now,
hey guys, with that being said, I just want to say something real quick with the riot thing. I watched a video earlier that they're militarizing the police. And they got SWAT training other people from the Army. Special Ops is training with SWAT. And the reason why they're training each other is to get them used to the customs. Because, well, period. Special Ops doesn't know how to operate in America. They need to be taught by SWAT. And the police need to teach the Army how to operate in the city and how to be disguised wearing civilian clothes. And not only that, but the Army is teaching them how to become the state army, because I told you already, I questioned the cops, and they said when martial law kicks off, we're no longer police, we're state army. They're fucking telling us.
on page 260, it shows the basic layout for one of these camps. It depicts a tribunal area, holding areas, interrogation areas, and mortuaries. Each facility is designed to hold around 4,000 prisoners. Multiple layers of barbed wire wrap several of the internal compartments, and they also double wrap the outside of the whole facility, and it is protected by 24 guard watchtowers. On page 261, it depicts a civilian resettlement facility, which are designed to house 8,000 people. These facilities come with double barbed wire fencing around it with 16 guard towers of its own. Page 262, it shows us what the layout is for the facilities for non-compliant prisoners, designed to hold up to 300 prisoners with interrogation centers, and is guarded by 13 guard towers. Now, there shouldn't be any question as to validity of some of these camps because we've seen them. Every camp is different. They are all across the United States, and the more you know, the better your chances of survival are. That's why we put this information out there in hopes that you share it with your friends, your family, with military, with people that are inside the police force, within your town, within your community. Just to put these facts out there. These are downloads. I'll leave you links.
Guys, I'm sitting at my picnic table, and I just had a tick jump on my pants. I'm watching it. It's trying to bite down into my pants. So I had to flick it off of me. And I mean, I'm just in a grassy area. It's not long grass, neither. I mean, I'm telling you, these things are coming up to feed. Do you understand? It's God said, let the creatures from in the earth come out. Okay? I hope you guys got some fucking good armor of God, because that's what it means. The armor of God means to be prepared, well dressed, duct tape everything, so that way nothing can get in, because these things are gonna fucking try to sting. That's why you need armor, something that they can't pierce through. So when you walk around and these things are stinging everybody and everybody's running frantically, screaming in pain, because these locusts will sting you like scorpions, but will not kill you. Yeah, that's what the armor of God means. To put on something that they cannot get into, that they can't penetrate through. So if I were you, I would double up on some pants, double up on some shirts. I would wrap your belt lining, your waist lining with duct tape to seal it, so that way nothing can crawl in. Your shirt, your sleeves, gloves, a face mask of some kind. I've already prepared for all this, guys. I know what the fuck I'm doing because God showed me how to get the armor of God already. Peace be with you.
Come from transcripts from official Army documents that show the layout of these facilities, and if that wasn't enough, they are even on GoArmy.com. They are putting
Another stupid ass commercial. This is what YouTube does.
How many sides does a pentagon have?
5.
What causes disease?
Oh, listen to this.
How many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
I love this
Take your
because
turn.
this is what they're going to try
Focus
to
on the
do.
equation. You're going to do great.
I love you.
I love you so much.
Watch this movie. I've already seen this movie.
What if only the smartest
Let me
boys and
just say
girls
something.
got to live here?
At the end of this movie, the guy pretends like he sacrificed his own son. I don't want to ruin it for people, but he pretends to sacrifice his own son. But yet his son is down below in like a hellish type of area, working 24/7. They're fed pills to stay awake. Watch this movie and you'll get some more understanding. This is like a definition for people.
We are the #1 most educated population in
Listen to what he says.
196 countries.
This is Trump. They're portraying him as Trump.
You'll have 2 hours to complete the test. All grades are final. Here are the results. No.
Lena Michaels. What?
Ellie Harper.
We have to do something, Dad. I'm sorry, son. My hands are tied.
There's a lot of meaning to it, people.
If my dad wants to stand by this system, he's going to have to stand by a system that put his own son to death.
What did I tell you about them implementing the new Biometric Identification Act? I told you.
System is down. Commence containment mode.
And that would be the second beast. He wants to be worshipped, and he's violent. He has no soul.
There is a story developing at Vista Point High School.
Something's not right. There's no way I failed that test.
Oh my God, Lena.
Calvin, can you help me?
You need to see this.
We're going live right now. We need to find where they keep the test.
There are those that say the thinning is barbaric.
And it also shows you how the system is rigged.
Is it barbaric to be the best? If you don't support our great society, then you are a parasite. Do you know what we do with parasites?
Pay attention to what he says next.
We wash them out.
Are we approved to commence the thinning?
You are approved.
Get yourself some.
Putting up ads for jobs for these positions, which I will show you here in a moment. And as we look at GoArmy.com, we see since 2009 they have been posting spots for these positions. And currently, right now, they're still hiring internment resettlement specialist 31E, and it also has an overview of the job duties, and you will have supervision of confinement and detention operations, external security to facilities, counseling and guidance to individual prisoners within a...
I tell you what, my next video, I'm going to show you, prove it to you, about the intern camps and about what he's talking about in full detail.
Rehabilitative program, records of prisoners and internees and their programs. Keep in mind this was drawn up in 2010 and it was just recently leaked, and this is pre-NDAA, so before the National Defense Authorization Act. This was drawn up, and you will have a tribunal of people which you do not even know within this camp decide your fate and your future. Shout outs to Storm Clouds Gathering for their work on this, and they're passionate about this, and so am I. And if you are, you can share this with your friends, family, military, police, everyone in your community, all over Facebook, YouTube. Get the word out there. Let the people know this is real. This is what's going on. And spread the word. Knowledge is power.
You got it. Jesus is telling you, your love is not strong enough. You better get with the program. All World News here, Eye of the Hand. Today's date, 6/23/2017, 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.